Hey, good afternoon. My name is Jimmy. I'm your Astute Tourist. I am back on the air and live. It's been a little while since I've been up, but I figured I'd do a pop up. I kind of redid the studio here a little bit. I got myself a funky little mic in front of me now, and we figured we'd give all this a try. Hope everybody's doing well today. It is Saturday, January 21st. It's what time is it? It is 1:51 p.m. in the afternoon. So I hope everybody's doing well. Uh, I hope you're having a good week. You're having a good day, and trying to get into my live here. Why is the camera black? Something's going on. Not sure why. What have I done? All right, we're going to hit the road and I'll be back. Not sure. Oh. Oh, there we go. Not sure why the screen was black, but I am here. So, hey, good afternoon. We trying to work the bugs out for damn sure. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while since I've been up. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to do this regularly again, like I used to. We've done some stuff to the studio, as you can see off my. This would be my right hand shoulder. I've hung up some stuff on the wall, and I got my guitars. If you guys could see it over there, I have my guitars hanging on the wall. Got a new desk, got a new mic, and yeah, I figured I'd come up quickly on this Saturday afternoon to check things out. And who knows? Don't know if I'll get anybody in the stream or not. I didn't advertise or anything. This is definitely a pop up. So, but good day to everybody, and I hope everyone's having a good day. It is Saturday. Looks like we got 2 in the chat. If you want to post a comment, let me know you're here. That would be cool. So what's been going on? So there was had some minor health issues going on, and that's why I haven't streamed in a while. I was having, if you were regular in some of my live streams, I was having some problems with brain fog, not remembering things, memory issues, and that. But things have improved. I had some tests done over the winter, and dealt with some issues. Sleep apnea is the cause, and we're working on that. So I got myself a treatment going on, and things are a lot better. So what did I miss since I've been gone? Well, we missed Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, I believe. I don't think I came up for Thanksgiving. It's been a few months since I've come up. Right now, it's snowy out here in New Hampshire. We have a few inches of snow. It's cold. It's about 30 degrees out, and we're right into it. We're right in the middle of winter here in New England, and it is what it is. It's cold, and I wish I was in some place sunny with palm trees and sand, but I am in New England for now. So Um, glad that I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be back. As you can see, there's been a few changes. I added this boom arm, and I have the Blue Yeti mic. And hey, there's Matt. How are you, Matt? Yeah, I did a quick pop up. I've set up a few things. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Are you still working? Um, I wanted to try out my new mic, which is not really that new, but I have the boom arm here is new, and fantastic. I'm glad to see that you finished up for the day. You got some overtime under your belt, which is good. Yeah, I thought I would come up. I was just explaining that I was dealing with some minor health issues. I know that you were one of the regulars in my morning streams, and I was having trouble with my memory, getting brain fog and whatnot. So I've had some tests done, and turns out I have sleep apnea, and I do have a. Oh, you're still working? Okay, right on. Well, good man. Make those greenbacks, those Federal Reserves, as they say. It's good. It's good stuff. Um, it was good chatting with you earlier this morning too. But anyway, yeah. So turns out I had sleep apnea, and I have a CPAP machine now that I sleep with. And uh, part of the problem with folks that suffer from sleep apnea, you snore a lot. You don't. What happens is you stop breathing several times an hour. I was I was I stopped breathing uh once every minute. Um so that's it was 57 times in an hour. So that's about once every minute I would stop breathing, and I'm not sure for how long. But so people snore, you're not getting all the oxygen to your brain, so what it happens is um it creates you get apneic. And that was what was causing the brain fog. I was waking up with headaches and feeling very exhausted. I'd sleep all night, or what I thought I was sleeping all night, and I'd wake up and I was exhausted. So with this CPAP machine, I've been using it for a little over a month now, and it seems to be doing the trick. They said it'll take 2 or 3 months before I'll notice um, any big change. But the brain fog has gone, and and I'm sleeping more. One of the problems is that you don't hit REM sleep, which you need that REM sleep throughout the evening in order to get a full night's sleep. So I'm sleeping. I actually the CPAP machine can track the amount of times that you stop breathing. And hey, Blaine, how are you? How are you, my friend? Here I am. We're back up and live, so hopefully this will be something regular. This was just a quick pop-up. Um, I missed you guys too. I was just explaining that one of the reasons for my absence was some health stuff. It was nothing serious, but turns out I have sleep apnea, which a lot of people do. Hey, good afternoon, Najuma. How are you, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Um, So yeah, so the sleep apnea was causing several issues. Brain fog that I was having during my morning lives. I was having trouble remembering things and recalling certain things. So um, that's all on the mend. I have the CPAP machine. I'm hitting the REM sleep. I'm not snoring anymore. I am sleeping between 7.5 and 8.5 hours a night, which is good. And I'm feeling a lot better. So I figured I'm feeling better, and here I am. So I'm back doing some live stuff. Um, yeah, so people that have the narcolepsy will have apnea as well. I don't have narcolepsy, but the when I was full blown in, having the problems, I'd be at work and right after lunch, I felt like I could just put my head on my desk and go to sleep. I don't feel that anymore. Um, so the CPAP is definitely helping, and it's kind of weird because you put this device on your head, and it's like I don't wear a mask. I have what they call a nose pillow. It looks like a cannula, a kind of a modified cannula on steroids. Anybody that's familiar with oxygen therapy, you'd know what a cannula is, but this is kind of a modified one, and you breathe through your nose while you're sleeping, and I'm sleeping through the night now. I'm not waking up several times because uh, um, what I know now is I would stop breathing. And then, of course, I'd gasp for air and I would wake up. I didn't know that at the time, um, but so that's what the deal was. So that's why I have this spot on my glasses. It's from the light. It's driving me crazy. I may have to shut that light off. Um, yeah, so we got that squared away, and hopefully the doctor told me that it'll improve over time. Maybe I can dim that a little bit. It'll improve over time. So I've been using it for a little over a month now, and I hope to be back in my full normal self in another month or so. But um, yeah, some people they have the full face mask. Some people that I know have it's like a nose mask. Excuse me. It's like a nose mask. So it's a nose cup. Um, some people that I talk to like it. Some people don't like it. They don't like the full mask. Some people do. Um, one of the bigger problems with any of them is getting a good seal. Um, so that you're, if not, it's basically it's a positive pressure air machine. So it's keeping positive pressure on your in your trachea and your sinuses, and it's kind of forcing you to breathe when you're not really aware. Um, it was took some time for me to get used to using um, that nose device, the cannula device. The one of the things I like that versus the mask is the mask you have on your face, and then the hose attaches to the bottom of the mask. So anytime you would roll over, you're kind of yanking on that hose. The device I have, of course, is in. Hey, Big Matt, how are you, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Um, So it goes this way and it runs up on my head, and there's another strap in the back, so it's kinda holds on. And the hose attaches to the top of the unit on my head, and it has a swivel, so there's an elbow there and that swivels. So anytime I roll over, the hose just swivels and it's never pulling on it. So I know some of the people that don't like wearing the mask, um, is because of it's pulling on their face. Um, um, Blaine saying, "My dad needs one like yours. He's never going to get better because he doesn't use his due to not liking it." So I would talk to his respiratory therapist, or you can even I've noticed on Amazon you can buy. You'll have to find for the brand of CPAP, but you can buy all the parts for it. So I would, if he doesn't like the mask, I would recommend trying, they call it a nose pillow. And it's basically, like I said, just a modified cannula device. And I wanted to choose that. I had talked with my pulmonary therapist about, the mask versus the, um, I froze. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It must be our connection. Um, I was talking about the mask. You can go on Amazon and get the parts that you need. So if your dad, maybe you guys want to get him try the nose pillow out for his CPAP machine and see how he likes it. I was saying that I talked to my respiratory therapist about it. You know, the mask versus the nose cup versus um, the nose pillow, and because I was worried about me being a mouth breather, and he said it wouldn't have any effect. And his recommendation was the pillows, that nose pillow device. Most people had good luck with it. Um, okay, great, and thanks for being here. I appreciate it. It looks like we get 5 in the house, which is awesome. My name is Jimmy. I'm your astute tourist. If you don't know who I am, check out our channel. If you're not familiar with us, do me a favor if you wouldn't mind. Head over to our channel and you can watch some of our videos. I haven't really done a lot with any videos either, just because of what's been going on with my health. But I'm back at it. Um, so I have a couple videos I need to edit. They're actually from November. We went to this place called Normandy Farms RV Resort in Foxborough, Massachusetts, right down the street from where the New England Patriots play at Gillette Stadium. And it was a fantastic place. I went with a bunch of people that I work with or I used to work with in the fire service. And they had their second annual, what do they call it? Their second annual food truck festival. So that's one of the reasons why we went. So on one of the days, the Saturday that we were there, they had 5 or 6 different food trucks there, everything from wood-fired pizza to um, sort of I don't want to say Mexican food, but it was like Spanish cuisine, and there was a seafood truck there. There was a truck that had um, they had pizza dough, but they were in the shape of a ice cream cone, and then they would fill that. They were called pizza cones, so they would fill the inside of it with the sauce and whatever topping that you would want, vegetables or meat, and they would put that into the cone, and it went through this kind of conveyor belt thing, and it would come out the other side all cooked, and that was pretty good. We had some barbecue food and some of the seafood. So that's one of the videos I'll be editing first is the food truck festival, and then I did a walkthrough of the RV park. It was their last weekend of the year. It was the weekend of November 4th, and so we kind of shut the place down for them. It's a beautiful place. If you're ever in and around New England and you want to stop up into Foxborough, Massachusetts, if you're an RVer like we are, or you want to camp, you can even rent. They have like little cabins, little cottages there. So, and it's all brand new, updated. The place is beautiful. I highly recommend it. It was Normandy Farms RV and Camping Family Resort in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It was a lot of fun. So I'll have those videos up hopefully soon. I'm also writing a book, believe it or not. It's not a novel or anything like that. It's actually a travel guide. Um, so I'm trying out my hand at writing a travel guide, and it's going to be based on New Hampshire. So where you can go and what you can do if you come visit my beautiful state of New Hampshire. Um, it's if you've never been, it's a gorgeous time. It's this time of year right now. Like I said when I started, I'm looking out the window right now, and the trees are just draped in snow. It's definitely Norman Rockwell, and the sun looks like the sun is peeking through. I think you can see the shadow on my face. Um, it is like a Norman Rockwell painting out there. It's rather beautiful. and it's it's picturesque. But the state is a beautiful state, no matter what time of the year you are here. The highest peak in the northeastern part of the United States is in this state. That would be Mount Washington. It's 6,300 plus feet high. Um, it has a world record of recording the highest wind speed in the world, believe it or not. No, it doesn't mean there isn't any higher wind speeds, but this one was recorded and it was over 200 miles, 240 miles, something like that, an hour of wind. The original observatory building that's on the summit has these huge chains that they use to hold the building down so it wouldn't blow away. But they have somewhat of a modern building up there now as well, and that's the visitor center. In the during the good months, probably starting in May-ish, middle of May, Memorial Day, they have the Mount Washington Auto Road, which you can drive your car up there, and it's not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you, there's some cliffs off the edge of these roads, and it's a steep grade. Like I said, it's the tallest mountain in the northeastern United States. There's also a cog railway that you can ride the train up the side of the mountain to the summit and visit the summit house that way. Yeah, that's the Mount Washington Cog Railway, which is kind of cool. And I'll be putting all of this stuff into the book. Some of the things you can do, but New Hampshire is unique where we have the mountains. Some of the best skiing in the world, believe it or not, is here in New Hampshire. A lot of camping and fishing. So for backlash fishermen, there's some really good trout fishing in this state. We also have, and I always get this wrong, but we have several miles of seacoast here. So there's a lot going on the seacoast. We have the town of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is famous from the 18th century right up until now. The Portsmouth Naval Shipyard is there. They started out building ships similar to like the USS Constitution, and now they actually build nuclear powered warships and submarines there. So it's pretty unique. The town of Portsmouth itself has a lot of history. John Paul Jones had been there for a while, and a lot of these colonial type heroes. There's a living history museum there called Strawberry Bank. We did a video on that. We did what they call it. It's their Christmas tour or something, Christmas stroll, I think they call it, which was kind of cool. So it's like I said, it's a living history museum, and it has several houses. Some of these are mansions, and you kind of self-guide yourself on the tour, and you go through all these houses, and there's people that are dressed up in character, and you kind of walk your way through time. You start out in about the 1600s, and then I think you end up in either it's in the 40s, so I think some of it's right around World War II. So it's pretty cool. If you like history, I would suggest anybody that they go and check that out. It's a lot of fun. I'm a big history guy, especially American history, colonial era, Revolutionary War stuff. So it's unique, and it's something I really like. So that's on the seacoast. We also have beaches. Hampton Beach being probably the biggest one. Hampton Beach State Park is there. Has some of the nicest sandy beaches in the country, and there's a boardwalk, and there's all kinds of shops and restaurants, and and it's a fun place to hang out in the summer. Lots of stuff going on the beaches, and then the nightlife there. The restaurants and the bars come alive with lots of live music. I've actually performed there several times myself. Excuse me, and it is a lot of fun. So if you do get a chance to hang out in New Hampshire and you want to go to Hampton Beach, you can check that out. For you fishermen out there, fisher ladies and fishermen, you can charter boats and go haddock and cod fishing. You can go tuna fishing. Um, we have some of the best seafood in the world here. I would argue with anybody about that. There's nothing like real cold water lobsters, oysters, steamed clams, cherry stone clams, you name it. The seafood here is out of this world, and it's second to none. Honestly, um, I've traveled a lot of places, and I've had some seafood, and you know, some of it is pretty good. The mahi and the tuna, but you really can't go wrong up here. Um, you get yourself a twin lobster dinner, complete with steamed clams and an ear of corn and maybe some coleslaw, or you could get a lobster roll, or if you're from here, they say lobster roll, and that's filled with usually it's a hot dog bun filled overfilled with probably the meat of two lobsters in it, and each restaurant they have their own recipe. Some of them are mayo based, mayonnaise based, and some of them are butter based with garlic and butter and maybe some olive oil and celery salt and the like. Um, so you got several choices of the type of food that you'd or the type of lobster roll that you'd want to get. Clam chowder, of course, lobster and clam chowder, seafood chowder. Um, some of the best food here in this state. Like I said, that's the sea coast. A lot of history here. Of course, New Hampshire is one of the original 13 colonies. If you know anything about the history of America, where I live is the birthplace of the country. Just south of me, about 40 minutes south, 35 minutes south, is the city of Boston, Massachusetts. And that's where the revolution was born. The tavern, the Green Dragon, where some of the colonists sparked the idea of a revolution, is still there. You can go there and visit and have yourself a nice frosty ale, and they do serve food. It's not a very big place, but it's just a big stone's throw from where we live here. But I'm only maybe 15 minutes from the Massachusetts border where I live. But the town I grew up on, General John Stark, one of the heroes of the Revolution, he was born and lived there, um, along with several other revolutionary folks. Um, Robert Frost lived and taught in the town I grew up in here in New Hampshire. So if you're familiar with Robert Frost, he was a poet and a writer. He was an English teacher at the high school I went to. Um, Clearly not when I went there. I think he had long since passed when I was there. But yeah, his farmhouse is in the town. You can tour that, and it's there's a lot of history here. We border Massachusetts, we border Vermont, and we border Maine. We also border Quebec, Canada. You can drive from my house to Canada and in about 3.5 hours, 4 hours. And we've made that trip up to Montreal a few times. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, to the west of us is Vermont, and Vermont's a beautiful state as well. Um, they're famous for their cheese and um, hunting and fishing. Some of the best fishing I've done was in Vermont, believe it or not. And then, of course, to the east of us is the great state of Maine, vacation land, um, and they have some of the best seafood as well. They have miles and miles of seacoast in Maine. But the three states, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, were very demographically the same. Lots of mountains, lots of forests. Of course, here I was talking about Mount Washington. That's in the White Mountains National Forest, which, like I said, boasts some of the best skiing in the world. The camping and hiking there is fantastic. Um, it's there's a lot to do up there. They can be dangerous hikes too. They've already lost a couple hikers this winter, which we lose a couple of them a year. People go up there and they're not prepared. I think they just think it's because it's New Hampshire that it's not the mountains and that aren't dangerous, but um, the weather gets cold and snowy, and it's inhospitable, as they say. So you really need to be prepared. One of the hikers that they found a few weeks ago was up there in a sweatshirt. Yeah, clearly not winter hiking attire. And it's sad to say that many people over the years have lost their life uh, in that environment up there. Hey, our treasured home, how are you? Hey, Terry, light and love. I'm just kind of getting back to the chat over here. Glad to see you guys are there. Um, so good to see you. Um, Terry said that's a great picture. I love that picture of you. She's going to grab a quick bite and be back. And how are you, folks? Our treasured home, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. This is a pop-up live today. It's going to be one of many lives that I'll be doing from now on. I was doing them regularly. I came up 4 times a week, sometimes 5, usually in the early morning. I wake up early. I get up at 5 every day. And I would get up real quick, shower, and then I would start my lives at 6 a.m. And I would do an hour live every day until 7, and that's when I leave for work. Colleen and I and the doggies and my son, we're all doing well. Good, you're doing well on your end. Yeah, you're welcome. I think that was a fantastic photograph of you. Look at that. Look at you. I love your smile. You look good, kid. And you're doing good as well. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I was explaining, Terry, and for the rest of you earlier, that one of the reasons why I hadn't been doing my regular streams, I was having some minor health issues, nothing serious, but it turns out I have sleep apnea, and I have a CPAP machine now, and we're on the mend, for sure. So this is why I'm here. I'm back. I'm feeling a lot better. My memory is as good as I can say for a almost a 59-year-old, and I'm feeling pretty good. Trying to lose weight because they said that losing weight will help with the sleep apnea as well. There's our good friend Shirley. How are you, my friend? I hope all is well in Newfoundland. Thanks for coming in. Yep, thank you, and it's good that you're doing well. It's good to see you all in here. Like I said, I hadn't scheduled this. I just kind of did a pop-up. I have a new microphone boom arm and because I was just using the internal mic on the computer. Um, but I thought this looks cool and it looks kind of professional. I've been watching other folks that do podcasting and that. I may try my hand at doing a podcast. I got to figure out to be able to do dual cameras, and I'd like to have somebody co-host it with me, sitting right here in the studio. But I did change some stuff um, in here. You can see over here. I moved my guitars. I actually have that's a T-shirt in a frame from one of the bands I was in, and 4 of my albums are in there. You can see them. Those are the CDs down at the bottom, and just to the left of those, um, on the other opposite wall, I have my guitars hanging. I don't think I see if I can turn the computer. Let's see if I can do this, and you can see it. There you go. So there's my little studio set up there. And that's just 5 of the 14 guitars that I own. So this is my little studio here. Let's see. There we go. It is easy to get burned out for sure. Um, I used to get pretty wound up about, oh, I gotta have subscribers and I gotta do this and I need to keep creating content, and I did need to take a break. Um, it wasn't just the health issues, but it was good just to take a break from it. And that's right. Keep that PMA going every day, my friend, every day. Um, if you don't know and you're not a follower, PMA is positive mental attitude. And that's one of the things that I sell every day is you have to wake up and go through your day being positive. We all have bad days. Bad things do happen to good people, but how you deal with them is will dictate the outcome usually. And I try to stay as positive as I can. Um, it Yeah, it does. Keeps. I'm glad. I'm glad, Shirley. We all need to kind of adopt a little bit of that positivity. I work in a business. Most of you know the business I'm in, which is the fire service. And I usually see my clients when they're having a bad day. And that kind of sets things for me, um, knowing that, no matter how bad I think things are going in my day, I look at some of these poor folks that I have to deal with their health, or they've had a fire or some other type of incident. And, it puts things in perspective for me that, things aren't really as bad as you perceive them to be in your life. So, um, pulling up at home. Okay. Well, enjoy your dinner, and I hope to see you soon. Um, you average maybe about one a month, never planned. Blessings to you too, my friend. Thank you. Um, and God bless you. And yeah, so the whole PMA thing is PMA saves the day. Um, it sure does save the day. And even if you get up and you just say, hey, look, I woke up, I'm breathing. My feet are both my feet are on the floor, or there's food in the cupboard. The heat's still on, those kinds of things. Um, those are all things to think about, and they certainly will keep you rolling through the day. Uh, I play Mega Millions. Anybody play Mega Millions? I'm clearly not a mega millionaire and at all yet. Um, but That's just something fun. I don't know why I thought of that. I was just thinking about being positive. And I guess my point is you don't need to be a millionaire you don't need to have monetary money or value in order to be a rich person. Health and love and family and that um, are some of the best riches in the world. So always be positive. Always look at the bright side of things, and those things will come back to you in return. I always say to pay it forward. Um, oh, you're a retired EMT. Very nice. Um, yeah, I've been a firefighter and an EMT for this will be my 41st year this year, believe it or not. Excuse me. Yeah, this is my 41st year, and definitely giving back um, is a good thing. It's a good feeling. Um, but you can get burned out, and 40 years, 41 years for me is getting close to being my limit. Um, I'm not sure when I'm going to retire. Before you go, don't forget. Yes, thank you, my friend. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button on this stream, I would really appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would I would enjoy that as well. I would love to have you be one of our many subscribers um, to the Astute Tourist family. Um, and we are a travel based channel, but honestly, I haven't been doing much traveling lately. So this is why I've been doing these. I started doing the lives, and and it keeps me current. It keeps me rolling along. We are planning a trip to the Gulf Coast of Florida. Like I said, it's winter wonderland here, and it's cold. And I'm overdue for a vacation. So I think sometime in March, we're going to be heading south. My parents live in Florida, and it'll be good to see them. I haven't seen them in over a year. Um, well, almost a year. I was there in March last year. So, and, they're elderly. My father's 88. My mother is 85, or she will be in June. So they, got to go see the folks. And then my best friend lives down there as well. So we're gonna kind of do a twofold thing. We'll visit my parents, and then we'll head over to the West Coast and hang out with my buddy. Colleen will be going on this trip. She didn't go with me last year. She's been busy. She just got back from Texas. She was there on business, part of her job. She's a buyer for a retail company. So she was there at a buying, I'm not sure what they call it, but they were there spending money. So, and she likes to spend other people's money for sure. Shirley, that's right. When's that going to be? When are you going to be heading out that way? I know that you're supposed to be going out there, and you guys are going to do a healing weekend with Hope Bus. So keep us in the loop with that. I'm excited for you. I know we talked about it earlier, and I know you're very excited to go, and you just got to let us know how it is. Oh, you're leaving Thursday. Right on. Wow. Awesome. Good for you. Oh, you're going to be out at Niagara. Well, it's going to be cold. Well, you get snow at your house, I'm sure. So, um, but it's cold. Buffalo they got hammered with snow this year. They had their first big storm. They got over 70 inches of snow. It was terrible for those folks. And I'm sure it's just as snowy there now. But I mean, you live in the north, so you're used to the cold weather. I'm sure it's cold where you're at. So, um, oh, you're in the middle of a blizzard today. So you're getting the snow that hit us a couple of days ago. Like I was saying earlier, I look out the window and the trees are blanketed with this heavy white snow. It really does look like a painting, um, which is kind of cool. 70 centimeters when we're done. It's been holding off all winter, right? It has kind of been a mild winter. Um, I know it has been for us. I'm sure it has been for you as well. So we really can't complain. And we don't have 70 centimeters. We've got about, I don't know, I'm looking out there now. We probably got about 6 inches, 5 or 6 inches of snow. We're supposed to be getting more on Monday. Um, but it is, after all, it is wintertime. So what are you gonna do? Get the snow blower out and the shovels and the bag of salt, and you do your thing. Um, in my business too, um, the uh, the snow and whatnot can wreak havoc for people traveling. A lot of car accidents, power outages, and lines down, that kind of thing. But um, that's what we do. So we're just gonna hold tight through winter, and then head into the spring, which I'm looking forward to because I'm not a big fan of winter myself. I've often said that my I've often said that my ancestors settled in the wrong part of the world. It's just too darn cold here for me. I didn't mind it when I was a young boy. Did a lot of sledding and skiing and that, but I break easy now, so I don't do much skiing anymore. And building a snowman is not my thing. I'd much rather put my toes in the sand on a beach, sitting under a palm tree, maybe a refreshing drink in my hand, um, and watching the sunset over the ocean. That's my thing now. So hopefully, when I retire, which will probably, I don't know, be in a couple of years, maybe me writing this book and it'll sell hundreds and thousands of copies. I may be able to retire. Um, but you never know. I got several irons in the fire, as they say, so that I can try to create some passive income so that I can retire. Um, I've had a very good long career, but it's getting close to the point where I need to think about um, hanging up my helmet and doing something new. Like I said, I want to be able to travel more. We have this RV that we bought, and I want to use that a lot. I've met a lot of friends here on YouTube. I missed the cruise that they went on back in when the heck was that? Was that November, October, November? The one that Kenny got to go on, Helping Hands for Cruising. There's one coming up in March, and we were hoping to be able to go, but um, I just can't swing it between Colleen's work and the bank account. I will be able to go to Florida because I'm staying with. It was in October. That's right, Najuma. I will be able to swing the airfare to Florida because I have some air points on Southwest. Um, and then I'll be staying with my parents, so that doesn't cost me anything. And then when we go out to see my friend, I'll be staying with him, so that won't cost us anything. So I'll just have to pay for food. We were looking at going on the cruise in March. I really want to go, but um, we just won't be able to afford it right now. And Colleen trying to get the time off from work is tough for her. Although she does, she does more travel than I do. Um, like I said, she went to Texas last week. She spent almost 10 days in Texas. And then she's going to Georgia. She's going to another buyers conference in Atlanta. So that's coming up in February, sometime next month. They'll be going. Her and her colleagues will be heading down there for. I think this one's only about 4 days, but what I need to do is get her to take my camera equipment, and when she's not working, go do some tourist stuff and bring me back some content so we can put it on the channel. Um, but yeah, so that's what's happening. So hopefully, I'll definitely have some content when we go to Florida. I will be editing, like I said earlier, some of the camping trip that we took in November, along with the second annual food truck festival, which was fun. That was at the same place where we were staying in the resort, the RV resort. And then I want to do some more features of New England and New Hampshire. I want to go to Boston and do the Freedom Trail. I think you guys would enjoy that. It is kind of a history kind of a thing. Boston's a wonderful city, and it's not far from me. I can be there in under an hour, and then we'll walk the Freedom Trail. We'll go to the Green Dragon, which is, like I said earlier, the tavern where the revolution was sparked and born. And there's the Old North Church and Paul Revere's house, and um, we can go to. Hey, Blaine, how's it going? Nice to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I really appreciate you stopping in, giving us a good thumbs up. And I like the cheers and the hand claps and the peace. You have a good day and enjoy the rest of your day at work. But yeah, Boston's kind of is a neat place. There's the North End, which is kind of the Italian section. A lot of great restaurants and bakeries, and the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides is there. The New England Aquarium, the Boston Garden, all of that is there, and it's we could probably do it all in a day if I get there early. Walk the Freedom Trail. I can show you graves of some of our American patriots. I think Benjamin Franklin may be buried there. It's been a while since I've been down there, so I'm not sure if I'm 100% correct on that. But if you like history, like I said, this is New England where I live, and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Vermont. Those are the three big states where a lot of the history of our country began. Like I said, we're one of the original 13 colonies, and Boston, the Battle of Bunker Hill, and the Boston Massacre. There's Lexington and Concord, where one of the first battles of the Revolution happened in Lexington. That was the shot heard round the world was fired there. So, yeah, a lot of history. So I hope to do some more of that. Those are easy trips we can do, and it doesn't cost us too much money to be able to do that. But I still would like to go on the road. I would like to maybe this summer take at least 2 weeks and pack up the RV and head west. Maybe go out to Oregon or Colorado again, Utah. So my friend that lives in Florida, he actually lives in Colorado as well. So he's building a house there in Colorado, but he kind of spends 3 months in the winter, kind of like what John and Nancy do from JNN Travels. He spends 2 or 3 months down south. He has an RV as well, so he lives in the RV, and then he, when the spring comes, he'll head back to Colorado, and he's got a beautiful piece of land. It's right on the Arkansas River, It's just outside of a town called Salida, Colorado, and he's um, not far from a lot of the things. The Rocky Mountains are right across the street from him. So when I've been out there and I've stayed with him in Colorado, I wake up and go outside and there's the Rocky Mountains, and those are beautiful. I was talking about Mount Washington here in New Hampshire being the highest peak on the northeastern part of the United States. In Colorado, they have mountains that are 14,000 feet high. They call those teeners, 13ers, 14ers. Um, I actually went to Estes Park, Colorado, where um, I didn't climb the mountain. We drove up most of it, but I walked up a set of stairs that was the last 300 feet to over 12,000 feet. And it was hard to catch your breath at that altitude. It's crazy. I walked 300 feet up a set of stairs and I was out of breath by the time I got there. Um, but that's a beautiful place too. So I'd like to get the RV and we'll go out there and bring some of those to you. I want to go back to New Orleans. I also want to go to Nashville. That's one place I haven't been to. Well, I've been there, but not filmed. Um, I've been to Tennessee a few times. We've been out to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Um, Kenny lives in Tennessee, our good friend. Kenneth, aka the Ford Man. He lives in Tennessee. So I'd like to go down and visit with Kenneth and then tour around the state. The Jack Daniels distillery is there. Of course, Nashville and Memphis, Tennessee. Um, the Delta Blues right there. And you know me, I'm a musician. If you can't tell, got that guitar behind me, and I showed you all the ones hanging on the wall. Music's a special part of my life. So the Delta Blues was born right there along the Mississippi River in Memphis. So Elvis comes from there, and yep, Tennessee is a cool state. If you've never been and you get a chance to go, I would say go because it's a lot of fun. A lot to see. I mean, that pretty much says for every state in this country. I haven't been to every state yet. I've been to a lot of them, but I would eventually like to go to them all, including Hawaii and Alaska. So, Colleen and I had dinner last night. We went out to this Italian restaurant called Fratello's, and we were discussing possibly taking a trip to Ireland sometime soon as well, saving up for it for next year. Plan it now, book everything now, and then slowly pay for it. And a cruise as well. I'm going to do a cruise in the fall. So we'll start saving up for that. That should give her enough time to be able to plan on getting time out of work. And hopefully, Najuma Brown and a lot of you other folks, maybe we can all go together because that was the biggest thing that it bummed me out because I would have loved to gone on that October cruise with you all so I can meet all my friends that I have here on YouTube. I didn't get to see Sean from Down Under Cruisers. He lives in Australia, and they were here, him and his wife, Ilana, and it would have been nice to be able to meet them in person. But at least now that I'm back doing these lives, Sean and I were sharing a Wednesday. We would split, and I would co-host one Wednesday on his stream, and he would co-host the other Wednesday. So we would switch off, and that was a lot of fun. So Good times, good times. So look at this. It's been an hour. I just kind of popped up with with this this live just to try out my new mic and boom arm and that. And nobody has said they weren't able to hear me. Um, and everything seems to be working well. So I think I'm going to get out of here. It's almost 3 o'clock here on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. And it's Saturday. I got to pick up my bride at work. She's working until 4. So I'm going to get a few things done. I'm going to continue to work on my book. And hopefully I'll have that done soon and get it printed and start selling it. It's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be a travel guide, the Astute Tourist Guide to New Hampshire, what to do and where to go and what to see when visiting the state of New Hampshire. And why not my first one being the state that I live in? I know this state the best, so it should be a lot of fun. And it's fun writing it, and it should be a lot of fun if you choose to buy the guide and then come and visit the state. And if you are going to visit New Hampshire, let me know. John and Nancy from J&N Travels live here. And then Jimmy, your Astute Tourist, lives here. I know there's a few other YouTubers. I really haven't connected with some of the other ones that live in the state, but I eventually would like to. So, but let me know if you're going to be up this way. Captain Billy, he came up in the fall, and we met up and had dinner with him one night, and that was great to finally get to meet him because he lives in, I think, Pensacola, Florida. I know it's Florida, but so he was able to make it up this way, and it was good to see him. And I think Eric Brown, he travels up this way sometimes. And last time he was in Boston, I wasn't able to meet up with him, but it'll be good to meet up with these folks and you guys as well. Any of you, like I said, if you're going to be visiting this area, let me know. And when we head down to Florida, if there's anybody down in either the Winter Haven area or the Kissimmee, Orlando area, let me know. And then we're going to be heading over towards Bonita Springs in Naples, Fort Myers area. So let me know. We'll hook up. I'd love to do a collaboration with anybody. It would be a lot of fun. So I guess that's going to probably do it for me for now. Back with our first live stream in a long time. But I guess for now, that's going to do it. My name is Jimmy. I'm your Astute Tourist. I appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out with us. And I hope you have a good day and good rest of the weekend. And I hope to see you all soon. Look out because look out for my channel, the notifications under the community page. I'll be posting when we'll be up live again. So I love you guys. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA saves the day. Don't forget Old Glory behind you. Honor that good old flag because there's a lot of people that have gone before us that have put their lives and their safety to protect that. It's important. And no matter where in the world you're from, honor your heritage and your flag. It's good stuff. So peace and love to everybody. You guys have a good day.